Bye-bye, Cole. They're just going to get a massage now.
Are you looking at Daddy's face? Say bye-bye, I love you.
Say bye-bye, I love you. Yeah, bye-bye.
Good
Oh, baby.
Oh,
Bye,
God.
Mr. Man.
Bye, Coley.
Say bye-bye,
Oh,
Joy.
my God.
Oh.
Thanks, man. Oh.
Yeah.
So, I'm worried about doing this podcast, I'll be honest.
Why are you worried about doing this podcast?
Because you massaged me at Josh's thing,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not like, I get very, like, I'm sensitive. And,
Oh, you married a sensitive one.
well,
Yeah.
I'm just weak for pain. Like, I got...
Like lowest pain tolerance ever. All right, we're leaving.
Bye.
Bye, Coley. Bye, Cole. So,
Get undressed, get under the sheets. Ooh, you're in for a treat. No, I promise this is not a dream. It's just a happy ending with Joy Eileen.
like, I got hit once and I walked away. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But, it was what needs to happen in a massage, which is you, like, put the hammer of Thor through the muscles to, like, release the toxins or whatever.
Right.
But it's so painful, and I'm such a weakling that I'm concerned that I'm just going to be moaning for an hour on your podcast.
Well, if you've ever listened to Sam Tripoli's podcast,
Okay.
yeah, I actually had to cut a lot of his moaning out.
Yeah.
It was about an hour massage, and when I posted it, it was about 35 minutes. Because it was a lot of,
Well, you're supposed to when you get a massage. You're supposed to, like, release. I'm supposed to, right?
right?
You're supposed to exhale, and that's the idea of it, right? Because it's a release.
It is a release.
So Sam did nothing wrong. It's just,
I know, he was fantastic. But
but it sounds like on your podcast that he's like this like massive god, and he's really just like a sad little boy like me.
now, I will tell you, okay, then I'll just start this way.
Yeah.
I tell this to all of my brand new patients that come in. You cannot hurt my feelings.
Okay.
So if I am hurting you, if you do not like something,
Right.
tell me. It's
I will.
perfectly fine. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to go home and not air this podcast. Just,
No, I appreciate that. Because that's the thing when I get a massage, is I'm always feeling like, you know, if I ask the masseuse to, like, lighten up a little bit, like, I'm doing something wrong, like, I'm not going through the right massage process. But it's really just because it hurts so bad, my body tenses up even more.
Exactly. And then we're just doing more work.
Right?
So just tell me.
Am I right about that?
You are right about that.
Knew it.
And
Knew
if
it's a
you're,
cartel.
if you're fighting it, like if it hurts and you're fighting it, then yeah, exactly. You're nice and tense. It's not. I'm not getting any
Right.
deeper. I'm not releasing anything.
Yeah.
Now I will say at the end.
Here's the truth.
I will say at the end of a massage, even if you are tense, like when I leave
Yeah.
and your body realizes, okay, she's gone,
Yeah.
you will get a release then because it's like, okay, I don't have to be tense anymore.
Oh.
So there is that
How do you
benefit.
feel about that?
You know, I just want people to feel better. I want
Yeah.
people. I have this thing. I just want people to like me.
But
So-
they're getting more satisfaction with you leaving.
Right? Exactly. I'm like, oh, she's gone, but then they're always going to call me back. So
There you go. Trust the process.
I get the call back.
So how long have you been doing comedy for?
It's a weird thing. By the way,
Yeah.
I have Avery Pearson on the table.
Oh, hi everybody.
I guess I should introduce you.
I'm Avery Pearson. Yeah, introduce me. Go.
Okay. No, you're introduced. You're fine.
Yeah.
We're good. Unless there's anything else you want to say.
No, I want to say that Joy is doing a fantastic job,
Oh.
and I usually get really close to the mic and do like a deep voice, but you guys are just you're gonna get what you're gonna get. on
Yes.
this one.
And that's exactly what I want. I want everything organic.
Oh god. Yeah. For sure.
So, comedy, my 32nd birthday, the kids were at my parents' house, and I told John, hey, I want to do comedy, because
Cool.
I do this in the in the chiropractors. I I talk to my patients and we laugh and we have fun. And everybody's like, you're so funny and you're so quick on your feet. So I'm like, hey, I could do it. So for my bucket list on my birthday, he found an open mic, and I did the open mic, and then I didn't do it again for 2 years.
That's probably the right instinct.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I was massaging Derek Mears, who he's been in 1,000 movies. He's amazingly funny. He has an improv troupe. It's called the Resistance.
Okay.
And he was talking to me, and I was massaging him at his house, and he's like, Joy, you are funny. You need to do stand-up. And I'm like, oh, I tried it once 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he called me, and he got me in his friend Tom Clark's class. So I did Tom Clark's class. I showcased at the improv.
Yep.
And then I did his second class and showcased at the improv again. And then I was just kind of, I would do it every once in a while, basically with flappers or somebody would invite me.
Yep.
And then this year, John was like, I made your New Year's resolution.
Oh, what a good dude.
He is.
He's so supportive.
He's amazing.
He comes out with you and hangs.
Yeah, he loves you guys.
He doesn't do stand-up, does he?
No.
Oh, God. There it is.
Yeah.
Found something.
Found it.
Got a nugget.
I just assume like all the piano muscles are going to be where I'm going to be hanging out most of the day.
Yeah, most of my tension is on my fingers. So, or like my wrist or something.
How are your wrists?
Well, I don't think it has to, maybe it has to be piano, but I sort of like blew something out in it, and I couldn't do a push-up for 2 years, which is the only reason I'm not in shape.
Exactly.
That's the only reason. I'm in a shape, it's just not much. That's, you know what I like about that is, so I used to work at the improv store guy and in the booth, and that's sort of how I got my start in comedy when I was like 30, so I definitely get it, and I'd done sketch and improv, acting and all that stuff before, but just like wholeheartedly going for the comedian scene in LA, probably when I was like around the same age, 32 or 33. But what happened was they have these classes, and often what I really love about these classes is you walk out there with a 5-minute set. Hey, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
So, and whether or not it's good or bad or whatever, you can you can start.
Yes.
So I think it's a really good jump. What happens is, a couple things, is that you take a course and you do it at the improv and you start to think, oh, I'll just walk onto any lineup, which is just not the way that it goes.
No.
Because other people have had 5 minutes times 100. And, you got to work up to that kind of stuff. But they also don't stick with it. They don't really want to do it, and the fact that you are committing yourself to the community and of comedy is really important. It's all about that,
It is, and the comedy community makes me feel at home because I'm a very awkward person. I don't really know how to talk to people very well.
Right.
I'm more in my element when you're naked face down.
Yeah, I get it.
Which is kind of why I was like, well, how can I talk to people and really start to get to know them? And I'm like, I'll just massage them. Don't have to look them in the eye. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And
so this is a perfect combination.
Yes.
And that was similar for me too. I'm not a traditional stand-up comic. I didn't grow up wanting to, be comic like, Seinfeld or whatever typically.
Right.
I idolize Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, but they're comedians, and Steve Martin, they're stand-ups, but they're comedians, I would say, more than comics, straight comics.
Yes, and they brought more. Well, yeah. I mean, they brought more than words, I should say.
Right, and that's what I feel with piano is, and all the other stuff I do is I'm kind of a variety act. So you'll probably never catch me doing 10 minutes of just straight stand-up comedy, but I have a ton of songs, and I have a show that I feature them on, and it's called the 88 Show at the Hollywood Improv, September 25th.
Yay!
Yeah, main stage 2-year anniversary. We're doing a concert.
That is awesome.
Like the last waltz.
Super excited.
So I think I just like that you've found a thing that makes you comfortable and a niche that works for you in comedy. Oh, this is great.
Yes, and I feel better on stage now.
Yeah.
In fact, I did a set, just an open mic set last Wednesday, and Lucas Hurl and Earl Skakel both came up to me and they're like, "You're growing. I can see you getting better. You're getting more comfortable."
Hurl and Earl.
Or Hurl and Earl.
Great duo if they're listening.
Yes.
You guys, I actually think that they would be a really good combo on stage. They have like a funny, they're both like very specific voices, and
Yes.
I think that they would be like, because you know Danish and Neil's like just like lightning bolts, but they would be like more of a drawn out thing, and like there'd be a lot more empty space in the air.
Yes.
I think I vote for Hurl and Earl.
I agree.
Not Earl and Hurl. Hurl and Earl. That's it.
Yes.
I'm gonna text them.
It's all right. Sean Pulowski wants Earl to start calling himself Urkel.
I think it was that.
Well, I was talking to at the show at the Goddamn Comedy Jam. Urkel was there, and I had a full-on conversation with Jaleel White Urkel about Harry Potter.
Yep.
So in my mind, I'm like, this is the nerdiest thing I've ever done in my life, because I am talking to Urkel about Harry Potter. Like, it can't get any dorkier than this. And somehow I was talking to Sean Pulowski about it, and she's like, Urkel or Earl Skakel? And I'm like, oh, that would be funny. And she's like, he should start calling himself Urkel. I'm like, I don't think he will, but that would be hilarious.
I should say that, Joy, you came over and massaged my wife.
I did.
MJ Bracken is a great actor, but I just felt bad that you were going to. I just felt bad. I don't think I could have turned to my wife and said, "Hey, I have a podcast. They're coming over today." And if she said, "What kind of podcast is that?" I'd be like, "Well, it's a massage podcast." I think it would have been like, she'd be like, "You're getting a massage," and So thank you for doing that.
Of course.
You found some problem zones. That's
I
great.
did. But
There's one on me.
I love massaging.
Do you?
I do.
Does it hurt your hands? I'm sure you get that all the time, but like, isn't it annoying on some level?
Some level, yes. Like, honestly, I will say lately I have been very unhappy at my job.
Okay.
Only because
As
the massage therapist, I worked at this chiropractor's office. I basically graduated massage school and went straight to this chiropractor's office. I've been there 11 years.
That's great.
I know all of my, basically it's Groundhog Day. I never have really any new patients. It's always the same people.
So this is great for you.
Yes, but now that I'm doing the podcast and I'm talking more, and we're having, I have so much fun doing this podcast.
Yeah.
That when I go to work, it's not as fulfilling anymore. I'm like, ugh.
I feel you. I'm like that. Some of my side gigs with piano, you do corporate gigs, right? Or
right.
I used to play piano at the Pali Hotel on Sunday brunches.
Okay.
And I would try and make the most fun out of it. Like, there was one time the fire alarm went off and I started playing Don't Stop Believing. You try, but they really just want you to tinkle underneath the salmon. Which is the name of my first comedy album. So
I love that.
Yeah. You got to. That's a good spot right there. I bet you get a lot of non sequiturs on this podcast. Yeah. So I get the feeling of you're doing what you love. I'm playing piano, but you're not it's not how you want to be doing it. There's a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like I'm even practicing my stand-up.
Totally.
And same with when I write my books, it's me and it's mine, and I'm having a very hard time getting ready and going into work.
For sure.
So, in fact, since last November, which is coming up again, one of the girls quit.
What about November is a big deal?
I'm sorry?
You said November's coming up again.
November's coming, so it'll be a year since I've been doing this.
A year? Okay, cool. You did great.
Where me and this other massage therapist have been alternating Mondays.
Okay.
Because the doctor was like, I'll hire someone else, and never got around to it.
Oh, okay.
So since it'll be a year since I've been alternating Mondays, and today is my Monday, and I'm like, no, and I just took it off.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm kind of done, which is why anybody who wants to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, there's ways to do it, and there's there's a company that I know that can help. Just get your numbers at a certain level, and they'll pay for it.
That's what Bill Burr said. Bill Burr was like, "Get your numbers up. I've already heard about you, and I can see you in all things comedy."
There you go.
Well, I can as well.
Absolutely. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the deal. I mean, he's such a those guys at All Things Comedy they're so great because they're doing it for the artist.
Yes.
That's what it's about because they get it. I have a podcast. Parenting podcast called Motherfuckers.
Yes, you do, and I love it.
Thanks. You listen?
I do.
Oh, thanks. We just celebrated our 13th episode.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That comes out on Mondays, and I think we're going to head over there.
I love it because I feel like you and I are a very kindred spirit.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I'm an alarmist.
Me too. Oh,
yeah.
You get it. Yeah.
So Sandy and his
just fucking stupid shit.
I'm gonna tell you, I did flip off my phone.
Oh God! Sorry.
No, you're fine. Let it out. Do it. Release it.
Sorry, everybody. This is getting real.
I flipped off my phone when Sandy had that Instagram post where we were on a plane and she slept the whole way.
God.
I love you, Sandy, but
So Sandy. So the whole thing about. So I have a kid. And he's fantastic. You just met him, isn't he?
Adorable. Those curls.
Right.
Those curls.
So good. And he's 18 months. He can already count to 10. He knows his colors. He knows like all of his family members, like 20 people. He's really fantastic. But his like the keeping up with the kid, he's like middle of the road. Like he's would cry a lot at night. And he was good as far as babies go, but we would have to be up every 45 minutes and rocking him to bed, and my wife was like breastfeeding all hours. Like it was real.
It was life, yeah.
It was like, but Sandy came to me and said, you're just an alarmist. Well, Sally and I decided we're having a kid, and only 25% of our life is going to change.
25%.
I was like, I hate you. Like we spent most of the podcast me telling him, you're ridiculous. We had all these comics on, like Marilyn Rice Scott, Josh Wolf, Steve Ramsey, all these people being like, you're so stupid. Bobby Lee, like, apologize, we're all like, oh, he's stupid. And then he has the kid, and the kid's incredible.
Yes. His life is even better.
And not only that, is the kid like quiet and chill and like just like relaxed. His wife is a NICU nurse.
Yes.
So if anything would happen, it's just like second hand for her, and he's just sitting there like chilling, and there's some times where he helps out, but he just like goes on day walks with it. The kid is so relaxed. His perspective is, it's because of our perspective and what we're putting out in the universe that the baby's like this. No, you have an easy kid, and you are sitting with Mickey Mantle of taking care of infants.
Yes.
So you have it lucky, and every day, I love his daughter, but I just want her to be miserable.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I completely agree with you.
Do you know what I did realize?
What?
He has a daughter. What's the difference between his daughter and Cole?
The gender?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Guess what's going to happen when she's a preteen?
Oh, yes.
She's going to be a little hormone bag.
Although I am going to tell you, and I love you, and I'm sorry for this, but boys and puberty, it's rough.
We had 3 boys.
Oh.
But I don't come on. Like, obviously you were a 12-year-old girl. Those are different kind of raging dragons.
They are, but there's still times. Tyler is 17 years old.
Yeah.
And we'll have a perfectly good conversation, and then he'll get up and huff and walk away. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So they get their hormones.
Tyler, if you're listening, just chill out. Your mother birthed you. I think that's the thing that people
I didn't birth that one.
Oh, what'd you do?
I went into his life when he was 3.
Alright, so say thank you. Because otherwise you wouldn't have, I think kids, no matter the situation, adoption or giving birth, they really don't remember the times that we wiped crap out of their butthole.
Right.
They really don't. There's no recollection. And so once I had those first few weeks with Cole, I just turned to my parents and said, thanks for wiping my ass.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for doing. I think back on like being such a brat and like you kept me alive and we never talk about it.
You didn't kill me.
You didn't kill me. I have a great life, but you focus on like the my dad's good dad jokes, he's so lame. But it's like, oh yeah, that guy worked his ass off for 30 years to keep you alive and give you food.
Yeah.
And like, look, there are really shitty parents out there.
Yes.
And they don't deserve good thoughts. But if your parents are not even good, if they're middle of the road, if they just kept you alive, thank them.
Uh-huh.
It's so hard.
It is.
Unless you have Sandy's kid, in which case it's a fucking cakewalk. Sandy's getting 10 hours of sleep.
But you know what? His next one. They're going to have another one.
Hopefully.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully the next one's a pain in the ass.
Because that's kind of what happens is you have this fantastic kid and you're like, oh, this was so easy, let's do it again. And then the next one comes. Because it is very cliche. I even have a bit about it in stand-up where people are like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so different. They're going to be so different. And you're kind of like, yeah, whatever. No, I raised them the same parents, same house, blah, 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 blah. They're so different.
They're so different.
So different. Between Tyler, Caleb, and Brody.
Oh my god, the cast of the real world.
Yeah.
It's Tyler, Caleb, and Brody, and they're all hanging out together at the beach.
They're fighting.
Next on Santa Monica Sings.
I want the PS4 next. Yeah. Mom!
Where's the bird? I ordered the bird.
Yeah, so boys do have their influx of hormones.
Right. I get it. I just feel like I want them to be miserable.
I agree. I'm serious. I flipped off my phone when I'm the plane ride was awesome. She slept the whole way.
Comments on that. Always comments on that. So we do this thing where we have two teams. There's like Team Aniston and Team the whole Brad Pitt thing.
Uh-huh.
So we have Team 25 and Team 100. So Team 25 is Sandy's stupid. That's for stupid people who think that only 25% of your life is going to change because based on your outlook and namaste and Gemini. So if you have that, you can comment on our podcast and go hashtag Team 25. But I have one called Team 100, which is not like it's 100 like all the millennials are do. It's 100% of your life is going to be different.
Everything.
So you can always hashtag Team 100. I'll see you. I look it up, and I'll love you a lot if you're a part of my team, and we can outnumber and beat Sandy's crappy, stupid team of idiots who think only 25% of their life changes.
I'm on it.
Are you on Team 100?
I will be now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in fact, I massaged Sandy. I haven't released his yet. I wanted to release your guys' together.
That's great.
So I've been waiting.
Yeah.
But the first thing I think I said to him when I had him on the table, I'm all, so 25%, huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Right. Yeah, I hope you gave him an extra hard massage.
I did.
Did you?
I did. Yeah, and then it actually started to get harder the more he talked.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Oh, she's perfect. She sleeps through the night, and then my thumb just started working harder.
That's so funny.
All right.
I can't wait to bring it up on our podcast. I heard you. Well, this is a really great podcast situation. I gotta tell you, I don't know a comic that would want to do this.
There's been a couple
who didn't want to do it.
Who didn't want to do it.
You don't have to name names.
But for the most part, it's been highly just positive feedback.
Yeah, it is weird when you're doing something and people are digging it, and then a few people don't want to do it. You're like, why? What's wrong with you? I really believe in this.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then some people are like, I don't like massage.
Okay.
I'm like, okay,
that's fair.
I get that.
But have you found a substitute? Because if you want to talk to someone, what would you do instead? Or do you have to massage them?
No, that is so funny you said that because this actually just came up. There is a female comic who is very big right now.
Oh, yeah.
And very nice and very adorable. And she really wanted to do the podcast, but she said she's like, I cannot lay down on the table. I
Why?
have demons. I did not ask about her demons, but I get it. We all have our demons.
Okay.
And she's like, I can't lay down. And I'm like, well, I have
she
the
can't
chair.
lay down in general?
I didn't ask.
She doesn't want to, like, give herself, like, she doesn't want to, like, make herself vulnerable, do you think?
Maybe. Like, maybe it's just too vulnerable. Maybe it's just too much. Maybe something happened on the massage table. Not really sure.
Yeah, I bet that happened.
So I told her, I'm like, okay, well, we have alternatives. I go, I have a chair, as you've seen.
Yep.
You know, I can take the chair.
Yeah. Chair's good.
Or I also have this thing, it's called a detox machine.
Oh, what's that?
And you put your feet inside of it and with salt water.
Okay.
And it's just a machine because your feet have the most pores in your body in a concentrated area.
Okay.
And so what you do is you put your feet in for 30 minutes
Okay.
and it pulls the toxins out of your body.
Okay.
And the water,
Wow.
which is just salt water, changes colors depending on what it's pulling out.
Whoa.
So dark green is gallbladder,
Whoa.
brown is lungs. It's very, very cool.
So you get to see what the biggest issue in your body is?
Yes.
Is it true to that?
Yes.
Can I do that?
Of course you can.
Okay. You didn't bring it, did you?
No, I didn't bring it.
Okay.
But when I come back and
Yes.
get married, I will do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I'll massage her and then you can just have your feet in water.
Is it hurt?
No. No, it's just like a foot bath. Your feet are in
my
salt
God.
water for half an hour. You don't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And
So, like, you know, brown is your feet, yellow is your gallbladder. Oh, I think that's probably my friend at the door. He cancer.
okay.
He has our dogs.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I'm just going to drop off.
Hey, Josh,
Okay.
look, I'm getting a massage.
He's getting a massage.
I'm on a...
No,
Wait,
you're
Josh.
fine.
Josh, come here.
No, it's okay.
Josh, did
Yeah.
he leave?
Yeah.
That's Josh's husband. He's my neighbor.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Josh.
He probably felt bad. But he's actually really funny. He's a comedian from Canada. He's like, came down here doing so well. He's like selling TV shows. It's so good.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Very good.
Good for him.
And our dogs are lovers.
No, I didn't know you have dogs.
Well, did he drop off Norton?
No,
What did he do?
he just came in and left.
Oh, weird. I have a 3-legged dog named Norman.
Oh.
Yeah, he came. I don't know what happened there. Okay. So, yeah, like, they're lovers. They 69 each other. And it's really cool.
We have insane dogs. We have a wiener dog chihuahua who thinks she's a cat.
Oh, cool.
Her name is Mitzi.
White with the cat.
She sleeps on my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she's just very, like, she'll come and she digs at, she does this to get pet. And if you stop petting her, she digs at you.
Annoying.
Oh, love her to death. And she's Mitzi. I mean, not because I'm a fan of the Comedy Store or anything like
It's
that.
just like, you like it. Animals, stripper names.
And then we have a Basset Hound Pit Bull named Farley,
Okay.
who is,
Named after Chris?
yeah,
Did you hear Sandy's Chris Farley impression?
I have.
Yeah, he's good.
He's amazing. Him and Tebow, oh my gosh.
They're very quick.
I cannot, it's so funny because I can do impressions once
Yeah,
and never do them again.
yeah.
And it drives, like, I'll say it and I swear on my life, for 1 hour, I was Ron White. I turned into Ron White. I was doing his bit. I sounded just like him. My face swelled up. I turned red. I was drunk. It was amazing. And then I could never do it again.
Yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah, it drove. I was like, where does he go? Why?
You gotta keep doing it. That's the key. It's like doing it, but then being able to repeat it. That's the hard thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is. Because you gotta keep performing it. Because if you're like, this is wrong way, taking an elevator or whatever. I do Chris Believ's riding an elevator. Want to hear
Yes.
it? Ooh. Oh, wait, no. It's better if he's in an earthquake. It's Chris D'Elia. It's Chris D'Elia in an earthquake. Ooh. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh. Oh. Same demons.
Oh my God, you just turned into him. Your body transformed into him.
Yep. That's D'Elia. I did it for him once, and he's like, that's pretty good.
He's going to be on my podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to get it. That's
Super
great.
excited.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I think really good people are going to want to do this.
Yes, Steve ran Azizi the other night.
Of course, yeah.
Emily was talking to him, and he goes, "I was just talking about this podcast."
Yep.
I'm like, yes, let's do this more.
Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. People are going to see it, and, you know, they're going to want to do it because you're a nice person, and because, like, fuck, this is great.
Right? And you're going to feel better after this.
It's all about healing.
It is. And I've said this before on this podcast, and I'll say it again. I want my first Netflix special to be me pulling people out of the audience and massaging them while I do crowd work on them.
You need to do first of all, it's a great idea, and you should just make a show like that. I guarantee you it will sell out.
You think?
Hi, come to this show, and you will get massaged, and you'll see great comedians.
Yeah.
And then you massage people, and you have guest comics come on, so you have people that have been on your podcast, like Steve or Ramsey's or whatever. You start it off, you do crowd work, you take a lucky person up on stage, you give them a 5-minute on that sitter one.
Uh-huh.
And then you have, you find out a little bit about this person. And then you can have comics do one or two things. They can either come up and just do their set, or they can talk to the person being massaged, or they can take the information that you pulled from them during their massage and make bets on it.
Oh my gosh.
And you call it like, I don't know, group massage.
I love that idea.
Yeah. Or healing. Laughter is healing or whatever, one of those.
Right.
So, and then I guarantee you it will do well. And then people will want to come because they'll want to get massaged.
They'll want to be the lucky one.
They'll want to be you can do it with like each comic gets someone being massaged.
Uh-huh.
And then you can, you'll just have people come do the show, have like 4 comics, and just you show up, wear your like full like massage regalia.
Uniform as
Definitely.
Josh Adam Myers calls it.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold
Josh.
Josh did the podcast.
Oh, I've been to Josh's house about 5 times.
Oh, Joe, you gotta come back. I got my dog, Rebecca's a monster. He's look, Avery's afraid of Rebecca. That's mostly because he's an idiot. He's scared of animals that give too much love to jump on him. Rebecca's a microcosm of me, but she's also the same size and weight as me, because I'm a little scoodly doodle. Here's the problem with Avery. He's all stressed out, all this tensions in his back and his muscles. He needs to release, so I was really glad. I invented Avery. Did I ever tell you that?
No, you did
Oh,
not.
yeah. Avery was just a schlemazel. He was working at the door of the Improv. I walked up to him. I said, "You're my best friend. Come with me." And then I would put him on the piano, and then I just started riffing and jiffing, and he started scoodling doodling, and Jeremiah came on with his little saxophone, and he was all spangly dangly, and the comedy jam came and it changed all of our lives. That's mostly because I came up with the idea for Avery.
Well, thank you for that, Josh.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Absolutely. All right. Okay. I got a little kick in my hip flexor. I don't know what it is. I don't know where a hip flexor is, but I know I flex because I do CrossFit. I'm all about kettlebells. I went to a party for a CrossFit party. It was kettle ones and kettlebells. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I'll tell you something else though. Oh God. Now you see right there? Yeah, that's my relationship with my father. Did not go so well. And the left side where I'm all smushy, that's my mom, because I love her. All right, and then over, if you go the lumpy part, the fatty part of my body, there's not much of it, but that's my relationship with Avery, because he's a big, fat, pre-diabetic schlubberbug. You ever been to the goddamn comedy jam?
I have.
Oh, you're a lucky person. You get it. You did massage it. I connected you with all the famous backs.
Yes, you did.
I did. Which back did I connect you with?
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda, you're welcome. Next.
Monster Brownie.
Monster Brownie, a great. Wow, first of all, let me just say something. The goddamn comedy jam was about diversity first. Who else did you connect with?
Dean Delray.
Oh, the Dean the Delraiser. He gets it. He understands rock. Let there be rock. Schlock.
I talked to Mark Maron, but I didn't get him on.
No, shit. Get Mark Maron on.
I don't know.
Listen, Mark Maron's like at the top. He's like on the Mount Rushmore pocket. You gotta climb the mountain before you get to the people whose faces are carved in it.
Let's see who else. Nick Yusuf.
Oh, Nick Yusuf. I love Nick Yusuf.
He's awesome.
Yeah, but he released a record and it's pink and it's sort of weird. Yeah, I don't get it. But Nick is cool. Nick thinks that Avery does the best impression of me. I don't get it, dude. I don't care.
Ryan Ziegler.
Oh, Sickle Cell? Oh, Ryan's the best. I love Ryan. Man, he gets me.
And, I got to make a really mean face at Dane Cook and didn't expect him to see it, and he did.
No, you gotta watch out for the cooker. The cook's kitchen will get you. You gotta be careful about that one. You know, I get it. But, Dane Cook, another great comics that I connected you with.
Yes, you did.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I made Joy. I made Avery. I made Joy. I made everything.
And now Avery and I are together.
Now you're welcome. You can feel my fingers in Avery's back. You can really feel me digging in there.
I can see you in Avery's back.
Did you pass a vape through the little hole here from when I was getting a massage?
Yes, I did.
I'm like the Darth Vader of comedy, mostly because I do it like that. You get it. Oh, I feel like everybody sounds like Josh Adam Myers on this podcast because they just go and do it. Oh,
see
God.
that?
Yeah. Oh, my God. This is good. Oh, Jesus.
Jimmy Schubert did it.
Oh, he's great.
He's amazing.
Very, very solid comic. Very funny.
First person to get naked on the podcast.
How many? Okay, here's my assumption.
Okay.
Half of the comics on this thing asked you if you've ever gotten someone be like, "Can you give me a hand?" But my question is, how many comics asked you that?
None really.
Really?
I think because most of them know John because he's always with me.
Yeah.
So no.
No. Like, I mean, out here, like, doing.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And my favorite response to it was John, actually. He goes, "I would never ask you for a happy ending." And I was like, fuck you. Like, I look pretty when you're face down. Like, I think, yeah. And then he goes, "No, it's just I know how strong your hands are. And I don't know why anybody would want that around their dick." Okay, valid point.
That's fine.
Makes perfect sense.
No one wants a clam.
Right.
Well, some people do. Who is this?
It is
Norman?
Norman?
Who is that?
I don't know. Oh, it's Baby Chloe.
Oh.
And Mama. We're back.
How'd it go? So, our listeners, my wife and my wife, MJ Bracken, who's a fantastic actor, has a movie coming out on Showtime.
What?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Mary, it's called?
Oh my God.
What's it called?
Above ground.
Above Ground. It's with Clay. What's his name?
Clayton Crawford.
Clayton Crawford.
The guy.
The guy who got kicked off of his own set because he was kind of weird. But he was great on the set with Mary, with MJ. And you can check it out on Showtime apps.
Oh, I'm so going to record it.
You should.
I'm going
You'll
to.
see her there. It's called Above Ground.
We'll be like, I touched that lady naked.
Yeah. So did I.
Famous adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. This is great.
You needed this.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
You're just tight. But I've noticed, like, I've said that every podcast, every comic.
It's tough.
It's tough. You guys need to just release things. But I'm sure I'm the same way. Hypocrite right here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, probably. We all do, but, like, comedy is it's an up and down, like, the thrill of getting that reaction, because it's the most, like, immediate of art forms, because you either get laughs or you don't.
Yes.
So it's so immediate that rush is great when you're in it, and then you walk up stage and it's like, your expectations are, you have to manage them, because if you're not getting other things in your life that are that immediate, you have to, like, work on your patience. Like,
Yeah.
your kid's crying in the kitchen. He's so cute.
No, I get that. I actually thought of you because I wrote a very dark bit, and it reminded me of your guys, the motherfuckers, the miscarriage one.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Because I just dealt with that with my brother. Sure. And his girlfriend was having twins.
Oh, boy.
And we lost them both.
How far in were they?
They were like a month in.
Okay.
But because we're done having kids, like, I was telling people, I'm like, I'm having babies. I'm having twins. Yeah. I was so excited. And I mean,
well, you guys all live together, don't you?
Well, Adam and his girlfriend, they live in Fresno.
Oh, okay.
But and I have nieces and nephews, but they're all older now. And it's only Adam and I, so this was like my brother's kids. I'm so excited.
Right.
And I was telling people, like, I'm pregnant. I mean, I look like I'm having twins, so it's perfect anyway. And when we lost them, I was so sad that John actually took me to the comedy store because he was like, how can I cheer you up? And somebody mentioned that the miscarried babies are angel babies.
Okay.
And I ranted and raved, and I'm like, no, screw that. They're critters.
Oh, God.
And I went into this whole thing about why are we giving them that name? We're giving them a participation trophy, and they didn't even participate. And there was like 2 or 3 comics around me, and they're like, you have to do that on stage.
Yeah, funny.
So I did,
How'd it
but
go?
It went well.
Good.
But it was very scary.
Yeah.
That was the scariest bit I've ever done, where right before I said quitters, like, I took a deep breath, like, it's gonna go one or two ways, John.
Yeah. Sometimes you're gonna offend people, like, that's gonna happen. It's part of it.
But it was very healing, too, because I had women coming up to me who were like, I had quitters, and they were hugging me, like, I'm sorry, like, I had a quitter, too. So it was very healing.
I do a song called that I say I want to give everyone a gift in the audience, and I'm able to write songs about things in my life and have some fun with them. It's very healing for me. And so this is a song about this time I went to the doctor, and I sing a song called I Got Diabetes. Now, I don't know diabetes. I just basically need to eat more salad.
Right.
But I performed it, and when I start singing the first verse and then the chorus, it goes like, I always used to ask for an extra squeeze of mayo on my deep fried macaroni and cheese. I love food so much, my sweat is gravy. I'm the kind of guy that's gonna lose his feet, 'cause I got diabetes, you got diabetes, this room got diabetes, Babe Ruth got diabetes, type 1, diabetes, it's fun, diabetes, type 2, diabetes, woohoo. So the audience is pretty disoriented.
Uh-huh.
And they're, they're laughing, but they're just like, what the fuck is this guy singing about diabetes? And it's funny because it's like a thing people's like parents like die from it. There's a risk of like severely upsetting someone, but it's also like you gotta have some fun. Speaking of my wife's family, they're very happy white people, and they're all doctors, and I think they like because they're so close to life and death and like gross like blood and cutting things open. I think because they're so close to it, they've got this really great perspective of like joking around about it and like having fun. Like, oh, we'll just cut them open, and oh, it's off to the doctor again, and let's give you an MRI. And it's like it's such a funny thing, and I really respect it because you have to kind of like when something's really fucked up, you have to be able to like have fun with it.
I agree. I completely agree. Like, when I die, I want to be cremated, and I want people to roast me while I'm being roasted.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's actually pretty funny.
Why not?
Well, I don't know what the venue would be like.
Crematorium would be like, what the hell?
I'll tell you something. I know a lot of comics that will come and roast you during your roast.
Because I don't want to hear it now. Like,
you're not going to hear it then.
Exactly, and I'll be fine with it. Because you know how every comic has the joke, like, I know I look like blah, blah, blah. I don't have that joke. And a younger open micer was like, well, go on Reddit, post a picture of yourself, and then just...
Oh, by the way, I'm very ticklish feet, so good luck.
Are you going to kick me?
I'm not going to kick you.
Okay.
But I am going to giggle.
Okay. So, and he was like, and just take what they say about you.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't have the self-esteem for that.
Oh, who cares?
Oh, I do.
Why?
I don't want to know what people see when they see me.
Well, they're seeing you anyways. Like, I mean, I get you, but like as a comic, don't you feel like you need to like go to that place to probably be like, yeah, I look like a bloated Zach Galifianakis if could have gotten any more bloated, or that I didn't know Crystalia got diabetes, or like, don't you want to be able to like just go fucking who cares what I look like? You're the stupid one for judging me. Like, it's like calling out the bully. It's like make fun of yourself before they can in school. That's the thing you need to do. It's like when you go to prison, right? You got to stab someone, but when you go to school, you got to make fun of yourself.
Right.
I don't know if those two are connected, but
I can see that.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know though, because people are mean. Like, they take it too far.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just like,
are they right?
I don't know.
Probably not. Probably not. But it is good because it's free material, and I'm going to do that. Someone told me I look like Wham Margera.
I could see that.
Wham Margera, but like Wham. I don't know. I kind of look like Wham Margera now.
You got that? But I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
We're not going to see. Based on that, you're not going to see. I think you should do it.
But people...
Okay, you're afraid of it.
I am afraid of it.
And comedy is all about facing that fear.
Because people are mean. Like, just...
Yeah, they are.
With my reviews and my books.
Yeah.
I have a couple 1 stars, which that's okay. Not too bad.
Whatever.
But they're mean. And I think that if you are going to say something mean on the internet, when you press send, it should take a picture of you and put it next to what you're saying.
Oh, well, that's it. But get a real honest, like, they're honest response of what they think of you that way, though. Because they don't have to do it. They can just, like, show off and hide in their basements. But also, they're sitting in their basements or,
naked eating mac and cheese out of the pan.
Nothing wrong with mac and cheese.
There's nothing wrong with mac and cheese.
Oh, God. Can I just say something? You're really good.
Thank you.
You have a very good pressure. I think that if you pushed a little bit harder, I would cry. But we're at a good place where I think I'm getting some muscle relief, but I'm not ruining your podcast by going gog, 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 gog.
Joy, what are you doing?
There is no joy.
There's no joy in this joy.
There's no joy.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. And I love it when people get off the table and they feel better. Like, that's what I want.
You love it when people just let you leave.
Right. I'm done.
Yeah.
Hello.
It must be hard to end massages because no one ever wants a massage to end.
I get cussed out a lot.
What do you mean you get cussed out a lot? First of all, who says cussed?
I know. I do. I don't know.
Alright.
I'm staring at a baby right now.
Say fuck. He says fuck.
Okay. Alright, good. Then you're like me.
Our child curses all the time. It's really
He'll walk right and be like, oh, fuck.
I love that. I love that.
It's really cute.
So, okay, you guys don't have to deal with this yet, but it is going to happen soon.
Okay.
Last Friday, I was picking up Brody from school.
That's the 17-year-old.
That is the 7-year-old.
7 or 17?
7.
7. Okay.
He's in 2nd grade.
Right.
And they release the kids out of this very tiny gate.
Okay.
And I stay off to the side because I don't do well in crowds.
Sounds like a kennel so far.
It's so awful. It
Okay.
looks like a zombie apocalypse when the kids get released. It's bad, and they make that noise like the So I'm waiting for him to get out, and I'm waving, and I'm a little further down, not in the crowd,
Right.
and they're not letting him go.
Oh.
So I finally walk up, and I'm like, Brody, what's going on? And they release him, and he goes, you were too far away. They said that I could mistake you, and I could go to the wrong mommy.
Oh.
They've been releasing him for years now, me standing there, and just that day they decided. And the school is very pretentious. So I looked at him and I go, you know what, bro? I go, I'm almost done with this fucking school.
Right.
And this lady who's halfway across the street turns around and she goes, can you watch your language?
Nice. I guarantee you that woman only has sex missionary style.
Yes, I actually told her to go to her miserable life.
You did
in
not.
her minivan. Yes.
What'd you say exactly?
Okay, now first of all, I need to state that I am a person who will let anybody walk over me.
No context, just what did you say?
Okay, I told her, I go, really? I go, fuck is your trigger word? Out of everything that's going on in this world, fuck is what drives you crazy.
Yeah.
I'm all, your priorities are way out of whack.
What did she say?
And then she's all, your child is standing right there.
Yeah.
And I go, what? That's my kid? Oh my God. I didn't know he was standing next to me.
Yeah.
And she had 2 daughters, and they're staring at me. And I go, you know what? My kid's going to be fine in this world. He's going to understand. He's going to hear the word fuck. And he's going to understand that the world is going to be a messed up place. And this is bad. I go, your daughters are going to be pregnant at 16 the first time they see a juicy dick. And then I told her to go in her minivan to her miserable life, and her husband is cheating on her.
Oh my God, you really gave it to her because she told you not to swear.
And she got in a minivan, and I felt very, very validated.
Wait, you called it the cheat?
I did. I did.
That is the default vehicle, but...
And I drive a Highlander, which is just a different type of minivan.
No, it's not. It's cool.
Where's your fork?
Highlanders are cool in the minivan.
I love my Highlander. It's paid off, too, so I really love my Highlander.
So Sandy gets mad at me for talking about products on the podcast because we're giving them free ad dollars. But I'm just trying to show them how we would promote them. Anyways, listen, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but I don't normally stick up for myself like that.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's so stupid.
Yeah, but it was also the day that I ended up having to call John to pick me up from work, and I was diagnosed with fatigue-induced vertigo.
Whoa.
So the world was spinning. So I was like I'm like, man, if you would have just stayed still.
Yeah. Wow.
But I'm not normally like that.
Oh, I know.
So it was.
I said no context.
I know, but John was like, he doesn't believe me. He's
Yeah.
like, you didn't say that. And well, I did.
I
really did.
I think it's awesome when you said that because, first of all, you're allowed to swear.
Yes.
It's America. You can say whatever you want. You can say the Jews own Hollywood. You can say horrible things.
Uh-huh.
And it's okay.
Yes.
Because it's America. And it's all about our freedoms and our liberties and blah. Freedom's just another word for, what is that?
Nothing left to lose.
Oh, God.
Can't start singing Janice and expect me not to give a little pressure.
Oh, God. Why? Oh, why?
She's amazing.
But why do I get hurt for her being good?
Because I need your soul to come out of you.
Okay. Janis Joplin is, it's funny, I only seen her, in my mind's eye, I always see her, singing and her hair in front of her face.
Like Sia? Is that the lady's name?
Yeah, like Sia. Her hair is always going crazy. And you never really see her face in these pictures. I looked her up, I was like, okay, that's what she looks like.
That's what yeah. If I ever sing karaoke, it would be Janice.
Why don't you? Where are you going?
Could you go tutor?
Where's Cole?
He's
in his high
eating
chair.
lasagna.
Oh, great. Okay,
He's doing great.
cool.
He's good for.
Oh.
Bye, baby. Daddy's in charge.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic day.
Hey.
Say bye-bye, Cole.
Hi. Oh, do we need to eat more?
Well, no. How much food's left on this table there?
We're at 54 minutes.
No, how much food's left on this table?
Oh, on this table? A
Yeah.
lot.
Okay, yeah, he's gotta eat, so it'll be fine.
Okay, well, I'm going to flip you over and do your nap anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's good for that.
Okay.
Kids like raising themselves, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what mine do. So flip over for me. We leave ours all the time. And then scoot down.
Scoot down here. Hi, Coley. Dad's getting a massage. Did you know that? Yeah.
He's so perfect. Oh.
I know. He is really... If you're listeners, we'll do the whole plug thing later, but if you go to @Avery Funny, there's some pictures of there.
Uh-huh.
And there's a highlight of him, and it's called Olympics.
Okay.
It is the most adorable thing that's ever happened in the history of time. Oh.
Little man.
You know what happens with that neck thing, the face down? It's good, but my neck ends up, this part comes down, and so it gets really...
Why didn't you tell me? Because it's adjustable. I guess I should have told you that.
No, I think I should have asked her. So you told me to empower myself right then. Okay.
You got this.
Uh,
You made it almost a whole hour.
I didn't.
So proud of you.
I mean, this has been fantastic. It's not making it. I'm just proud that I think, like, are you saying like I'd scream like triply? Like you don't have to cut half the episode out because he was going, oh, what?
So loud for so
Like what?
long.
How'd it go?
It was all, uh-oh.
Cole, what happened?
You drop your fork?
It's okay. You can eat with your hands today. And that's how you raise a kid.
That is exactly how you raise a kid.
Mama and Dada. Oh, shit. Yes, listen to that there. Oh, God.
So you guys, how's Motherfuckers doing?
It's doing good.
It's doing good, isn't
It's
it?
good, yeah. I mean, it's picking up. It's on a really good gradual swing. We're getting a lot of people listening to one episode and then, like, going back. So that's good. And I think, it's a matter of time. It's not going to be one of these, like, explosive things like Serial. But I think, the point of it... Hi, Coley. Yeah. The point of it is we want to talk about things that are taboo, that people don't talk about, and have a little fun with it. And one of our episodes is Casey Bacamini, and she is a friend of mine, but she was on the Real L Word. And she was, basically, it's like the episode's like an hour and 45. And it's her story about is her and her partner on the show were doing like IVF and trying to get pregnant. And it's just the most heartbreaking and heart-wrenching story. And most of it you're going to cry. But we have a little fun too.
Right.
And she's totally game and great. And, we did get a few comments like, why are two white guys talking about this? It's like, you want two white guys to talk about this.
Right.
Because you're so critical of white guys not talking about other people other than themselves. Here we are talking and interviewing on our podcast other people about their perspective, and then you're hating on it. It's like, what do you want?
Everything and nothing.
Yeah. So Jonathan Kite and I have a song that I do on the 88 show. He came over and we were trying to write this song, and we didn't know what to do because we wanted to talk about political stuff. But we realized no one wants to hear white guys' perspectives on politics and what's happening with Weinstein and stuff. So the song's called White Guys Have Said Enough. And,
I've heard this.
And instead we'll do what's safe and fun, impressions that you know and love. And we just do impressions. And it's funny. Can I plug my 88 show?
Please do.
Okay, guys. September 25th, 10:15 p.m., main room at the Hollywood Improv. It's the 2-year anniversary of my show, which is called the 88 Show. The show, generally, I have comics come on, they do a set, I interview them, and then I sing a comedy song with them that I've written with them in advance. And for the 2-year anniversary, my favorite concert movie is The Last Waltz by the band. And I just love the idea of the band being up there the whole time and people coming on and singing these songs with them. So I'm doing a concert of comedy songs.
I love it.
No one else is doing it. It's all my original material with these songs. We have Arden Marine from Netflix, and Beth Stelling, and Eric Griffin, Steve Ragazzese, Josh Wolf, Jeremiah Watkins, Josh Adam Myers, Preacher Lawson, Jade Catapretta, Eliza Skinner, and then I have this cast of people that play different characters at the Improv. So Scout Durwood, Sandy Danto, Michelle Ortiz, and Michael Glazer. And it's so much fun. I do it every month. I write a whole new show every month. And it's just my favorite thing in the world. And I'd love for you guys to come check out the show on September 25th. It's up. You can follow it at the 88 Show on Instagram. You can see all the tickets and stuff.
Okay. And then plug Motherfuckers, plug your Instagram. Let's do it all.
Motherfuckers. It's a parenting podcast I do with Sandy Danto, talking about it. Basically what we do is the show is all the stages of deciding to have a kid, through trying to have a kid, having the kid, trimesters, all that. And what we do is we interview 5 different comics based on each subject, and that's each episode. So
Sorry, I loved it when you guys brought the doula in. That cracked me up.
So that was my doula. That's Josh's wife, who just came by here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so each episode we have Marilyn Rice Gubb, Lana Turner, Josh Wolf, Steve Renazizi, Pat Barker, and we interview them on these different subjects, and then we have a doula and interview her, and after the comics are done having fun, we have her, like, the doula comes in and, like, says what's actually going on with your body and stuff in these different stages. And then we'll have standalone episodes, so we have some good surprises coming up, but Casey Bacamini's did an episode, got a lot of lessons. Definitely check it out if you want to get a cry and a laugh.
Yes, I do.
And this will do that. And then we also have Bobby Lee and Pauly Shore doing it. So that's coming up soon too. And you can follow that at MFers Podcast, so MFERS Podcast, and it's on iTunes and Stitchers and all that. And then you can follow me at Avery Funny, ABERY FUNNY, on everything. And keep listening to this podcast. Rate and review this podcast.
Yes,
That's
please.
how Joy will get out of her job.
Yes,
So if you
please.
love Job and if you love Joy and you want her to not work a job that's killing her, then you'll rate and review this one and pass it on to your friends and subscribe. Those are the key things. And that's the deal.
Perfect. All right. That is this episode. I hope you are nice and relaxed and have a great day.
Yeah.